Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Mystic Moonstone Angel Card Reading, presented to you by myself, Maria, and Bella. No one else. Okay, let's have a look. The duration for this reading is the 23rd of September through to the 29th. First card we have is Archangel Haniel and the card of hope. Okay, so if there's something you've been wanting, something you've been looking for, then remember that hope is coming in. But what you also have to remember is quite often hope can be found within yourself. And it seems to be a message that I've been putting on page in the run-up to this reading. So it's kind of making sense that the first card is kind of taking me down that path. Archangel Haniel is often referred to as the goddess angel because she helps us to connect in not just with our inner gods and goddesses, but also with the deity who we pray to, okay, with the divine, you know, the creator. You know, there's so many titles, but we all know who it is that we send our prayers to. To me, it's a body of love that I think is universal no matter what title you choose to give. Titles are very human, aren't they? You know, that's all I will say. But as I'm saying, so that hope is within yourself. So when an Archangel Haniel card comes up, quite often it's about reaching deep within yourself for your own skills, for talents, for what your dreams are, because that will point you where you need to go, and that's where hope can be found. Okay, let's look at an influence card to go with that. I think I've been left. Actually, still there. Release the dark wound, let love live. Now, it's interesting because I was just talking about the divine being, for me, a source of love, a great infinite love that just reaches out and touches us all, makes us feel, in those moments when we feel most alone, that there is someone there for us. If you've ever gone to rock bottom, you will feel that presence, okay? So it's a case of this love that kind of we're all born with, connects us all to the universe, but sometimes we let other loves, or even not love, but we think they're love, we let them come in and influence us. Sometimes we stop loving ourselves, and then we hold on to something, and it's like holding on to a weight and trying to swim, and it just pulls us down, and it pulls us down to this negativity. And sometimes you have to let go of that to be able to flow, to be able to swim, to be able to trust that the universe is taking you, leading you to where you ought to be. And that again is where the hope comes in. So, you know, this card about releasing the dark wound, you know, whatever that wound is, whatever is holding you back at the moment, you need to find a way to let go of it in order to let hope flow back into your life. We'll go to midweek and see what the cards have in store for us then. We have Archangel Saphiel, the angel of lovers, and we have the card of ecstasy. Okay, that's really feeling a sense of utter joy, a joy that you can feel in your sacral chakra. So for some of you, this may be quite sexual. It may be to do with intimacy, it may be to do with relationships, or it may be to do with self-love and that kind of connection with yourself. Because when you have that connection with yourself, you know, remember the sacral chakra is not just about intimacy, it's not just about sex. The sacral chakra is also about a sense of identity, of how you perceive yourself, of believing in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, then you bring in this positivity that kind of expands within you and then flows out and connects with other positivity. And it's that kind of, it's almost like a law of abundance, okay? That's what you kind of connect in with when you start to love yourself, when you start to connect with that sense of identity. Also, the sacral chakra is your seat of creativity. So creativity is different for many people. We're not just talking writing, we're not just talking art, we're not talking cooking, we're just talking about that, having a creativity in life, being able to maybe see solutions, maybe being able to see that bigger picture and actually reach for it. You know, dreams are just another form of imagination. Within imagination is where dreams come, where aspirations are born, And you know, if you don't have a dream, there's no way forward really. You just get stuck in that rut. So this is about connecting in with your sacral chakra. It's about letting that passion flow back in, and that's what's going to bring about the hope and bring about the joy, and just help you to move forward. So watch out for feeling kind of uplifted, the ecstasy flowing in as we get to midweek. New birth, guarded vigilantly. Now I find that one quite interesting. There's a butterfly on there, and the person's in quite kind of dark, subdued colours. It's almost dull. It makes you feel kind of like a little bit naff really, because it's a bit mediocre when you look at it. But then your eye gets drawn to that butterfly. A butterfly is symbolic of personal transformation, of reaching for your dreams, giving your dreams wings. Your eye then goes further down and you see the green shoots, shoots of growth, colour coming in. Green connects with the heart chakra, with doing what you want to do. It connects with the monetary ray, so finances improving, and it also connects with healing. And if you've had a situation in your life, no matter what that situation may be, that's been draining you, stopping you from healing, stopping you from feeling complete or feeling like you have a future, watch out for midweek, because I feel all this coming in together is going to help you to see those green shoots of growth. Okay, whoops, go to the end of the week. Feels almost too quiet to be doing a reading in these kind of situations. Oh dear. No mouth wobbling, no dog sat on my shoulder practically. We have Archangel Michael and patience coming in. Okay, that's the end of the week. So it may be that everything you want this week, all these kind of changes coming in, that euphoric feeling, and then you may get to weekend and think, well, what was it all for? I felt that, I felt I was on the cusp of something, but nothing's happened. Might be because this week is not the week it's meant to happen. And they're just saying, have patience, it will come about. Things will happen, but it's got to come in the right divine timing. And you have to be in the right frame of mind. You have to be sending out the right energy vibrations and open to receiving the right energy vibrations. So don't feel just because you kind of had that peak midweek and I don't know, a letter of acceptance hasn't come through, or the right person hasn't walked through your door, well then it was all for nothing. What you have to say to yourself is, you are starting, you are sending out those seeds, and those seeds are going to grow into something. Okay, so you've started on a journey, but you have to just have a little bit of patience. Know that Archangel Michael is with you. He's going to be bringing in that protection. He's also going to be helping you to feel safe enough, secure enough to actually reach out of your own comfort zone, to reach that little bit further. You know, there's pyramids on this card, and when you think about it, pyramids must have started as someone's dream, an idea in someone's imagination. But then think of the patience that would have, you know, if you was waiting to have your pyramid built, and you know all the planning that had to go into it, all the foundations that had to be laid, and that's the same with your dreams. Okay, I'm not trying to say any of your dreams are going to take as long as a pyramid, but I feel what you're willing to put that time and effort into, what you're willing to put the research into, then what you are doing, you are creating a solid foundation in which your seeds can grow, in which your dreams can become a reality. But not only will they be a reality, but they will be a lasting reality. The last card we have is inspiration, and that's kind of what we've been talking about, isn't it? You know, dreams, aspirations, imagination, letting something grow, letting something be what you want it to be. And if you look at this card, it's almost like there's this space, this kind of light just above the head. It's almost like divine intervention, like knowledge is flowing in, but from a greater source. And that kind of ties us right the way back, if we go back to Archangel Haniel, when they were saying about being connected with the Creator, being connected to a greater force than oneself, that kind of taps into your inner goddess or your inner god, you know, your inner deity, who you are, because you are an amazing creation. At the end of the day, you are a living, breathing miracle. Think of everything that had to happen in order for your creation. You know, no one's just born. It's, you know, it's something we take for granted. But when you look at the process of a child being conceived, to taking that first breath, if you think about everything, there is no machine that has ever come close to recreating us. When you think of everything we have, every complex, think about the brain, how complex it is. Think about your internal organs, you know, just think about the process of walking, how smooth it is. Someone pointed out to me a couple of months ago, it's something I hadn't thought of, but when we walk, we kind of swing, don't we? So when our right hand goes out, our left foot goes out. It's that kind of rhythm that we all have, that we all do, without even thinking about it. And there's all these kind of complexities that go into making us the amazing creations we are. So you are a miracle, don't ever forget that. Okay, so then we go to the dark, release the dark wound, let love live. And you know, again, I feel like that's letting go of something that's negative, something that's holding you back, those negative thoughts that are stopping you from being able to swim. Go to Archangel Zaphiel midweek, ecstasy flying in. You know, really connecting with that sacral chakra, really connecting in with your sense of identity, with your passion, with your creativity. Find those solutions, let that energy, breathe life into that flame, okay, that flame that is you. New birth, guarded vigilantly. What does that mean, guarded vigilantly? When I look at that, when I think of something guarded vigilantly, and I think of dreams, and quite often, as somebody who writes, if I have an idea and then I tell people about it, it's like I lose the energy for it somehow. And I think sometimes that's the same with our ideas. When we think we want to do something, or we need to try to do something, sometimes we have to hold on to it and guard it quite vigilantly, because otherwise the negativity of others can kind of flow in. So for someone out there, I feel there's a message. I feel that maybe you're telling someone too soon, and what you need to do is hold on to the feelings you have, maybe grow them a little bit more, feel a little bit more secure in them before telling others, and then let others know, once you know all the pieces and how they're going to come together, and how you're going to solve the problems, and just the way forward, because then you will tell it with such passion that that other person will not be able to pour any negativity in. I really feel there's a personal message there for someone, so please, if this resonates, can you please take it? Archangel Michael, at the end of the week, we have patients coming in. Archangel Michael is a lovely protective angel, but he also helps us to reach that little bit further, to reach outside the comfort zone, and I think that's something that this reading is actually asking you to be prepared to do. And then inspiration. Take inspiration from around you, take inspiration from inside of you as well, okay? Inspiration has to come both ways, really. You know, take those ideas and grow them, okay? And don't be afraid to reach further. Don't be afraid to dream bold, okay? Okay, I think I've got to the end of this reading this week. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Thank you for continuing to support the page. Sorry about no video last week. I really was very poorly. Even though I tried to tell myself I wasn't, but I was. So, thank you all. See you next week. Bye.